The shimmering expanse of the cosmos opened up before them, a canvas splashed with the colors of distant stars and swirling galaxies. Leo, Mia, Jake, and Zara, four inseparable friends, stood at the helm of their small spacecraft, anticipation buzzing in the air. Their trusty assistant robot, Robo, hummed softly in the background, its sensors scanning the vastness ahead as they approached their destination. The extraordinary planet Zephyra. As they descended through the atmosphere, the ship broke through a layer of clouds, revealing a breathtaking panorama that made them gasp in unison. Zephyra was a world like no other, enveloped in a kaleidoscope of swirling clouds that shifted colors with the light of the sun. It was as if they had flown into a living painting, where every brushstroke danced and twirled in the gentle breeze. The vibrant hues of azure, lavender, and gold wrapped around them, inviting them into an adventure that promised to be unforgettable. Mia's eyes sparkled with excitement as she leaned forward, her heart racing. "Look at that! This place is incredible! I can't believe we're finally here!" Her voice was a melody of enthusiasm, and her infectious energy spread through the group like wildfire. They had been dreaming of this moment for months, ever since they heard about the legendary zero-gravity race that took place on Zephyra. Jake, ever the jokester, grinned widely. "I hope you all brought your racing shoes. This is going to be one wild ride." He was already imagining the thrill of zipping through the air, his competitive spirit ignited by the thought of the upcoming challenge. Zara, who had a knack for strategy, pulled out a holographic map of the race course. According to the data, the racetrack is formed by the wind currents and floating obstacles. "It's not just about speed. We'll need to master the unpredictable nature of this planet. We have to work together if we want to win." Her voice was steady, filled with determination. Robo chimed in, its mechanical voice smooth and reassuring. "Calculating optimal strategies for teamwork and navigation. Preparing for zero-gravity conditions. Let's ensure a successful race, friends." The robot's enthusiasm was palpable, and its bright blue lights blinked in rhythm with the excitement in the air. As they landed on the surface of Zephyra, the friends stepped out of the spacecraft, their feet sinking slightly into the soft, cloud-like ground. The air was filled with the sweet scent of something floral, and the sounds of floating creatures echoed around them. They looked up to see magnificent beings gliding through the air, creatures with translucent wings that shimmered like rainbows as they soared gracefully above. "Wow! Look at those creatures!" Mia exclaimed, pointing at the floating beings. They were unlike anything they had ever seen. Delicate and ethereal, they danced through the sky, seemingly unaffected by gravity. "It's like they're part of the wind itself," Jake laughed. "I bet they'd be great at racing too. Imagine the competition." He pretended to challenge one of the creatures, flapping his arms like wings, and the others burst into laughter, the sound ringing out brightly against the backdrop of the stunning landscape. As they made their way to the starting line, the atmosphere crackled with excitement. The other competitors, a mix of beings from various planets, were already gathered, their vehicles ranging from sleek and aerodynamic to fantastical and whimsical. Leo felt a surge of adrenaline. This was more than just a race. It was an opportunity to prove themselves and to have fun together. "Let's not forget why we're here," Leo reminded them, his tone serious yet encouraging. "It's not just about winning. It's about how well we work as a team. We need to communicate and support each other out there." The others nodded, understanding the weight of his words. They had faced challenges before, and they knew that their strength lay in their bond. The countdown began, and their hearts raced in sync with the ticking timer. 3, 2, 1, go! The signal sounded, and they were off, their craft launching into the air with a burst of speed. The initial thrill sent shivers down their spines as they soared into the swirling clouds, the world below becoming a blur. As they navigated the course, the wind currents became their allies and adversaries. They twisted and turned, dodging floating obstacles that appeared out of nowhere. Jake took the lead, his laughter mingling with the rush of the wind. "This is amazing! I feel like I'm flying!" he shouted, exhilaration spilling from him as he maneuvered through a particularly tricky section of the course. Mia, always the quick thinker, spotted a sudden gust of wind that could propel them forward. Zara, now! Shift left! She called, her voice cutting through the chaos. They leaned together, shifting their craft just in time to ride the wave of wind, gaining speed as they soared ahead of their competitors. But the race was not without its challenges. A sudden whirlpool of air threatened to throw them off course, and they found themselves spinning uncontrollably. "Hold on!" Leo yelled, gripping the controls as he fought to regain stability. "We need to work together. Mia, help me adjust the stabilizers." Mia quickly tapped on the control panel, her fingers flying over the buttons as she recalibrated the settings. "I'm on it, just a little more." The tension in the air was palpable, but their teamwork shone through as they regained control, narrowly avoiding disaster. Zara, always keeping an eye on the map, shouted directions as they approached the next section of the track. "There's a shortcut up ahead. If we can angle ourselves just right, we can cut through the yard." "Bupus bakine." Clouds. Her voice was steady, a beacon of focus amidst the chaos. With a collective effort, they aimed their craft toward the shortcut, the wind swirling around them like a tempest. They could see the other racers ahead, but they were determined to close the gap. As they dove into the clouds, the world around them transformed into a dreamlike haze, the colors swirling and blending together. Emerging from the clouds, they found themselves in a breathtaking canyon, the walls lined with shimmering crystals that sparkled in the sunlight. "This is incredible!" Mia exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "We have to remember this place." But there was no time to linger. The race was still on, and they had to push forward. The canyon opened up into a wide expanse, and they could see the finish line in the distance, a shimmering archway that beckoned them closer. The thrill of victory fueled their determination, and they accelerated, the wind whipping through their hair. Just as they thought they had it in the bag, a sudden gust of wind surged from behind, pushing them forward with unexpected force. "Whoa!" Jake shouted, his laughter ringing out as they were propelled ahead. "This is insane!" But the wind was unpredictable, and as they neared the finish line, a powerful whirlpool formed in front of them, threatening to pull them off course. "We can't let it take us!" Leo shouted, his heart racing. "Everyone, brace yourselves!" In a moment of pure instinct, they all leaned forward, working in perfect harmony to navigate through the swirling chaos. "Now!" Zara called out, and they pulled together, veering to the side just in time to avoid the vortex. With a final push, they surged toward the finish line, crossing it in a whirlwind of laughter and cheers. As they slowed down, their hearts still racing, they shared a moment of triumph, hands reaching out to touch one another in celebration. They had done it, together. The thrill of victory washed over them, but it was the bond they had forged through the challenges that truly mattered. "Did you see that? We actually made it!" Mia exclaimed, her face glowing with joy. Jake grinned. "And we didn't even crash. I'd call that a win." Robo chimed in, its lights flashing in excitement. "Congratulations, team! Your teamwork and strategy have led to success." Analyzing race data for future improvements. As they floated in the aftermath of their victory, the swirling clouds of Zephyra surrounded them like a warm embrace. They realized that this adventure was more than just a race. It was a testament to their friendship and the power of working together. They had faced the unpredictable whims of the wind, the challenges of the course, and emerged victorious, not just as individuals, but as a united team. With laughter echoing in the air and the beauty of Zephyra enveloping them, they knew this was just the beginning of their adventures together. The universe was vast, and they were ready to explore it all, hand in hand, heart in heart, with Robo by their side. Get ready for the next episode. Galaxy Kids will be back soon.